don't know what's happening now. All right, and I'll take off my glasses because I can't see with them on. And put on the light. There we go. Okay, good morning. So, I don't really know what to talk about this morning. I had been monitoring my pain in the mornings and calling it the morning pain report. And then I got bored. I got bored for a couple of reasons, and I'm going to sneeze, and then I'm going to talk about it. Not going to sneeze? Yes. Okay, sneezed. Accomplished. So what happened is that I took very good notes of, like, as we saw. And I did the morning pain reports. And then I looked at the raw data, and I made like almost like a checklist format that I could just quickly check off in the mornings. And then I thought, I'm going to put away this light because I hate it. All right. And then I thought about sort of bringing that data to my doctor. And, well, I didn't know it at the time, but he wasn't interested in it for a couple of reasons. And one of them is that he already knew that he was moving and that I would only have, like, at most one more appointment with him. So he had already made up his mind that he was not going to pursue the roots of my pain. And I've come to realize something. I've come to realize that in the consumer capitalism model of healthcare, there seems to be, for each individual doctor that I see, there's always a bit of an attitude of, whenever your difficulties started, it was so long ago that we couldn't possibly do anything about it now. And that's been the same attitude that I've had since, like, the day after an injury. It's always been, oh, well, it took you so long to come and see us that you couldn't possibly have been in so much pain. So let's just ignore it. And because most things go away within 6 months to a year, just sort of spontaneously resolve. Anyway, whether you see a doctor or not, and that's the kind of treatment that I've actually received. And I think that it's a human problem because in the marketing of medicine, we leave out, because medicine has to become profitable, right? The practice of medicine becomes about making a living for the doctor, partially, right? At least in part. And how could it not? So that's like a topic in and of itself. And it becomes a business for the government that's running it, right? And following a business model, a for-profit business model, even a non-profit business model is tough to actually pull off, but a for-profit business model really, really, really recognizes the time sink that relationships require. So if any of my doctors had ever taken the time to get to know me personally as an individual, they would have found out quickly that I'm neurodivergent, that I answer the questions that are asked and I don't answer the questions that are not asked, because I have learned that nobody wants all the information that I have. And it's an automatic process of masking that I go through when I'm talking to anybody, because I can't tell how much information people want, and I have all the information and I know they don't want that. I tend to not give anything that isn't directly asked for. So another reason these little videos are really good for me, because it helps me figure it out, especially if I spend 5 minutes figuring out what I want to talk about out loud and then realize, holy shit, I just wasted 5 minutes. But again, it's not a waste. It's not a waste if we're taking time to get to know one another and to understand one another. that time is necessary, right? So in a relationship, there's no getting out of taking time to get to know one another in any kind of relationship. And especially in a relationship where one wants to come to a common goal and a common way of getting there, right? And so reflecting back on my medical experiences, that's the problem. That is the problem, that I expect perfection from professionals, and I'm not able to quickly navigate the relationships that I require to feel comfortable. Yeah. And then because also I know that there's only 15 minutes in a doctor's appointment, right? I can't address all of it. I always used to think, and this is what I'm changing my mind about right now. I used to think that if I told them the origin of the problem, that would cut into their investigative process, and it would cut right to the chase and get right to the beginning. But really what it's done, I think now, is painted me as somebody who's kind of not able to let go and who's kind of hanging on to the past. But that's not true. I'm not actually. I'm just doing it for them. I'm doing it for them so that they can understand what's wrong with me. You know, I have tried it the other way too, where I walk in and I'm like, this is the problem right now, and this is how to fix it. That doesn't usually go well either. All right. Because every doctor has to go through their process, I think. So we're caught in a system that doesn't make time for the doctor's process, doesn't make time for my process, doesn't make time for relationship building, and really just wants to look at Band-Aid solutions for things. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is. So I lost interest in taking these notes every day. But I think I will do a daily practice of some kind again. All right. Now my nose is running, and that's disgusting, so I'm going to cut that out.